Achieving work-life balance, working hard and living well is what we want to discuss in this video. Because in this fast-paced world, now it's almost impossible to achieve a balance in your work and in your life together. But in this video, we are going to talk about how can you do it if it is possible. Make sure you watch this entire video because number 10 is incredibly important and so does some point. So get set. So like I said, in this video, we want to go deeply on how you can achieve work-life balance. The first thing we are going to work on is to learn how to say no. Yeah, I know sometimes it always feels like accepting everything everyone wants you to do is a way to show people you care and you are a nice person. But the truth is, you can end up having so much workload that you do not have time to be able to take care of yourself. Again, because you have so much work to do for yourself and everyone else. So the first thing you are going to work on is you are going to learn how to say no and prioritize on what is the best. The number 2 we are going to work on right now is how are you going to be able to prioritize. Now let's look at it this way. The fact that you start saying no to some things doesn't mean you are still not going to have a lot of things to do. But the question is, how will you know which one to do best? Which one to do first? The only thing you need to work on is you list everything you have to do and you prioritize which thing must be done at and when. You know what is urgent, important versus what is important but not urgent, or versus what is urgent and also not important. So you focus on things that are important and are also urgent at that time. So by learning how to prioritize what to do next, it's going to give you the ability to have more balance in your life. The next thing we are going to talk about is delegation. If you are beginning to move up the ladder, you are becoming a leader, the first thing you are going to learn is how to delegate. I know some of the time it makes some leaders feel relevant to want to do absolute everything themselves. But there is nobody that will achieve excellent results in this life if you have to do everything by yourself. When you can afford to get help, fine, you can be doing it all by yourself. But immediately you can be able to do this, the best thing you can do for yourself is the ability to delegate. And doing this is going to help you incredibly. The next thing now is how you have to honor yourself the way you honor your job. Let's be honest, some people's life is completely wrapped around their work. They do not have life outside their work. But the next thing you need to achieve is how are you going to make sure you have time for yourself to live life outside of work? Like taking time to rest, taking time for your family, and so on and so forth. Your ability to do this is going to help you incredibly to achieve balance between your work and your life. The next thing you are going to work on is flexibility. If it is possible, can you be able to improve your work in a way that you can be able to do it anywhere? For example, let's say it is possible for you to transform your workings to be able to do it digitally. Or let's say your work is already digital. Can you be able to, let's say, go to a hotel and do your job that day, or go to somewhere else cool? Ability to move somewhere else, change the environment, is going to help you to achieve more balance in your work if it is possible. But if it's currently not possible with your job, then you have to make sure you are taking enough time to rest, because that time you'll be able to have more energy to continue your work the following day. Another thing you are going to work on is maintaining incredible relationship and stay away from negative relationships. The truth is, some relationship you know that anytime you are around these people, they increase your energy, they make you feel energetic, they make you feel more positive and wants to achieve more. And there are some people that anytime they're just sucking energy out of you. So when you figure this kind of relationship, you learn how to work on improving this positive relationship and stay away from this negative relationship, no matter how much you think these people are important to you. Because the truth is, if you do not work on how you are going to maintaining positive relationship and staying from negative relationship, sometimes even when you are not working, being around this kind of relationship is going to feel like you are working. So you need to make sure you work more on enhancing the relationship that gives you more energy, and it's going to help you, your overall well-being and happiness in life. The other thing you need to learn how to do is prioritize self-care. There is nobody in this world that will care about you if you do not care about yourself. The first assignment to getting loved by anyone else is to love yourself first. The truth is, if you do not know, this is not being selfish. No. It's just know that your life also matters. You also need to take care of yourself. Because if you don't, no one will. So you need to make sure at some time, maybe a certain hours in a day or a certain day in a week, it's just about you. It's about you relaxing, about you taking care of yourself. If you don't learn how to do this, no one is going to do it for you, and you can burn out super easily. So you just need to work on how am I going to be able to making sure I'm prioritizing myself at some point. The next thing is regular exercise. There is no way you are going to achieve an incredible health without regular exercise. The truth is, our body is not designed to just sit down all day, especially some of us that majority of our work is done while sitting down. Although some people learn how to stand up while walking to make sure they are getting a little sum of exercise while walking, but most people still prefer to sit down all day long, which means you have to specify some time to work on your physical exercise. The next thing you are going to work on is proper nutrition. Some people think eating healthy and balanced diet is expensive, but no, it's not. Compared to health issue people will start having if they do not eat healthy food, eating balanced diet is not that expensive. It's just not. You can just, the amount of money you spend on buying junk food, if you learn the actual balanced diet, some of the time, especially if you are cooking yourself, with the same amount, you can buy a reasonable healthy food and cook it yourself with the same amount you use to buy junk food. In fact, sometimes junk food are more expensive. The only thing you just need to work on is how am I going to achieve balanced diet with your little budget. You doesn't have to be making a lot of money to achieve balanced diet. You just have to learn how to manage it with the current income you have. And believe me, if you learn how to do it, you'll be achieving balanced diet with that same budget you're already spending, or with a little bit more. And lastly, what some people do not take serious is proper sleep. You have to make sure you are sleeping properly. I understand that at the beginning of the business, especially if you are in our business, it is hard to sleep properly. Let's be honest. Every single billionaire will also be telling you how good 8 hours of sleep is and stuff like that. But the truth is, in reality, none of them, including me, have opportunity to sleep 8 hours a day at beginnings of your business. But you have to make sure you create a timetable, adjust your work to make sure you can be able to sleep 8 hours a day. Because if we look at it, the amount of time we actually spend on something productive some of the time is not much. Because if you look at the entire time you wake up, you spend a lot of hours watching movies, a lot of hours watching junk content on social media, a lot of hours engaging in fruitless endeavor every freaking day. If you remove all of those things in your life and only focus on something productive in your waking time, and maybe you set like an hour or something just to catch fun, you can achieve 8 hours of sleep without stress. So it is achievable. You just have to make sure you understand how you are going to be able to do this and incorporate it into your lifestyle. If you think it's impossible, it should seem like it is impossible. But if you can remove all of these useless things you spend your times on, and you only focus on productive stuff at your waking time, and you have a fixed time for the time you want to catch fun, the rest of hours can be up to 8 hours of sleep every single day. It may take time for you to achieve it, but you can. So if you focus on these 10 things and you work on each of it, it's possible for you to achieve work-life balance. Go make it work.